Hello, everybody. Okay, so I'm late, but I am doing my weekly live. But I told you guys that was going to happen. I told you the very first one, I was going to try to do a Feel Good Friday, but um, it probably wasn't going to happen every Friday. But I am sticking to making sure I get you guys some healthy tips every week. So today I am specifically talking to my women out there, to my girls out there. I'm getting a little bit personal with everybody so I can share some good stuff with you guys if you are not happy every single day of the month. If you feel me, if you know what I'm saying right now. So, and you know what? I forgot to go. I'm still going to do my little Instagram live too. So, give me 1 second because I totally forgot to put my phone up here. I got to get everything together. One day we're going to have it all together, but we got to get used to this. So, let me get my Instagram live going on too at the same time. Okay, so all right, so going back to what I was saying. Now that I'm back, so I am specifically talking about making sure that you are feeling good every single time of the month. So there's some times of the month that we don't feel all that good. So going back to my history, so this is something that's really important to me because it was an issue for me having my hormones out of control for a couple years. Prior to that, though, I never, ever, ever had any issues with it. So I would hear other people say that during their time of the month, they would always get sick or they would be bedridden. And I never had that issue. I actually remember when I was younger, I had some type of science class and they were talking about how in matriarchal Native American cultures, they don't have a thing such as PMS, not like the way we do. And that part of it was probably some of the culture that we have when you have a culture that's dominated by men. And so I said in my head, well, I'm going to do a little extra stuff. I'm going to take my bath. I'm going to have my candles. I'm going to take care of myself. And I'm going to tell myself that, I don't really have a hard time during that time of the month. And I didn't for the majority of the time, especially when I was like in track and I would exercise and do extra stuff. Maybe like the first 48 hours, like right before it starts, in the first 24 hours, a little bit, but I never had like major issues with it like some other people did until the summer of 2013. Summer of 2013, out of nowhere, and I did have a job that it became extremely stressful. I started excessively bleeding and didn't stop. And it was really strange for me because, again, I never had issues like that. So I immediately ran to the emergency room. I went to the emergency room. They did all this blood work. They said, oh, your iron, your everything is fine. It's not a big deal. Deal with it, basically. That's what they said the first time I went. So it receded a little bit and then came back. And then at the end of the day, I had 2 years of me basically feeling like I was on my period 80% of the time, which was not cool whatsoever. So I went to a whole bunch of doctors and it ended up that I was diagnosed with a very small fibroid. So it was irritating me and it was causing this excessive bleeding. They gave me the choice of having a surgery in order to remove it. Of course, that had risk, including they could puncture something and I could bleed to death was one of the risks. So I waited a long time in order to do that. And while I was doing that, I started doing research and I tried to Google my way through that. And so I was buying all these tinctures and stuff and taking those and nothing really worked. But at the end of the day, I did have to have a surgery in order to fix this issue. But I did find some oils that would help minimize things and vitamins, as well as since I've had that surgery, I have never been better. And I was told when I had that surgery that it would be possible that it would just come back. Like they didn't know, and it probably wouldn't be fixed until I hit menopause, which I'm like totally a really long way away from that. So if, again, you just have a little bit of minor issues or you've been looking for things to supplement, I just want to share with you guys some of the things that I use because at this point in time, after me having this surgery and having my hormones out of whack, before the surgery, and now they're back in whack. Like, I have never been better. Like, my hormones have never been better. Like, literally, it sneaks up on me. So if you have a little bit of issues and you don't feel like that time of the month just sneaks up on you, it's like nothing. Because that's how I feel. Like, I feel great today. I'm happy. I'm wonderful. I don't feel like, and this is like the first day of my time of the month, and I feel overjoyfully happy, and like I don't feel any different than any other time, basically. And I've just been using the stuff that I usually use. So one thing I will say about this, I'm gonna go through a whole bunch of oils, and you guys are gonna be like, oh my goodness, that's like a lot of stuff. And I totally get that. Like, this is definitely something that I want you to get on Google and look for some natural remedies. One of the other sources that I personally use was ylsearch.com, but Google, WebMD, like, just look a whole bunch of natural remedies to find like your perfect mix, because you may only need 1 or 2 oils. Definitely, like, when I go through the stuff that I use, again, you're going to be like, that's a lot of stuff, but you probably only need 1 or 2. And sorry, my phone's ringing. You probably only need 1 or 2, and so I want you to find your perfect mix, your recipe. Again, for me, as a person that had to have a surgery and then came out of the surgery and felt great, I have my perfect mix that keeps me feeling great. And so I'm going to stick with my perfect mix right now, which happens to be a lot of stuff. But again, you probably won't need everything that I need. So one of the oils that I use on a daily basis, and I really do think that most women do need to use this on a daily basis, is geranium. So I use this every day. I have the roller top on it, and I actually rub it on my stomach right here, and I use it every single day. And it's historically known to help keep your hormones balanced. So that is one I would recommend that everyone at least tries. Another one, Progestins Plus. I use this every day. So this is another amazing one to make sure that your hormones stay balanced. There's a lot of people at my work. There's at least 3 people at my work that retail buy this for me because, again, they just find that it keeps their hormones and emotions in check. And this one you can look up. There's a doctor that approves this one, and do lots of research on that. So those are 2 that I would definitely say for people to check out and try. Just, again, so that you can feel amazing and good and happy and well the whole entire time during the month. Another one that a lot of people use, I don't really use this every day, but Shannon Hudson says that her girls, ever since they hit puberty, use Dragon Time and Progestins Plus. And she said from the stage that they've never had what people consider as normal PMS issues. They've never had the, oh, I'm stuck in bed for the first day, I have unbearable cramps that I can't deal with. Like, they've never experienced it by using Dragon Time and Progestins Plus. I do make sure that my niece, who, when she's with me and she's over my house, she would have some issues and she'd be laying on the bed and she's like asking for some relief. I do let her use this because of what Shannon said. So this is one that always makes sure that my 13-year-old niece, so she's had her period for a couple years right now, has, so that she can stay well and feel amazing every day of the month, and her time of the month doesn't affect her as well. I do use, actually, though, during that time, the Dragon Time body wash and massage oil. I will take the massage oil and I will rub that all on as well. So just to give a little information about what's in the Dragon Time, there is fennel, clary oil, marjoram, lavender, yarrow, and jasmine in Dragon Time. So a couple other ones that I use, Endoflex. Endoflex is good for your entire endocrine system. So I use the Vitality. This is something that I put in my like normal potion that I have in the morning to feel good. So I got my Ninja Red, my Ninja Nitro, all that stuff. So this has spearmint, sesame, sage, geranium, myrtle, German chamomile, and nutmeg in it. So I do take this every morning. Bergamot is another one that I take every morning. And this was just one that was suggested in the research that I was doing. Bergamot is from the citrus family, so it's also just a good one for energy in the morning. Bergamot Vitality, I take that again in my normal potion. Sacred Fragrances, this is another one that was suggested for me when I was doing my research. So Sacred Frankincense is another one I just put on topically every day. And then I just use Joy every day, just in general for my emotions. So may need it a couple more times during that time of the month. So again, if right now you don't feel like your time of the month sneaks up on you, because that's how I feel, I would suggest checking out some of the just essential oils and herbs that may help you with that. Because again, that's what I did. This journey, this research started before Young Living, and I was buying tinctures that had some of these things in it, and those tinctures unfortunately didn't work the way that I would have wanted them to, or helped me as fast. One other thing though, we have a supplement called Femigen, and I forgot to grab it and bring it over here with me. But that has some stuff in it like Don Quai and just some other things that have been known to help with hormone balancing. That again, I was purchasing these disgusting tinctures that I had to choke down. They weren't really helping me. And Femigen in particular, I do only take that like when it's my time of the month, and it helps during that time. So that's what I want to share with you guys, because it's what's happening to me right now, and I hear from a lot of people that it's something that they need help with. And that's what my little 10 to 15 minute lives are about, is helping everybody feel good. So this is another way I can help my girls out there feel good. And again, like I said, I know I went through like lots of stuff, and you're gonna be like, how am I supposed to afford that? Just try one or two and see how it makes you feel, because that's how, everybody's body is different, everybody's needs is different. And again, for me, this is what I started taking prior to my surgery, during my surgery, and after my surgery, and it's like my perfect mix. It's my perfect recipe. And so I don't want to, because I feel so great every single day and it sneaks up on me right now, I don't want to mess with my perfect recipe. But I'm sure for you, you may not need as many of the things as I'm using right now. So, just try the Progestins Plus and maybe the Dragon Time, or try the Progestins Plus and the Endoflex, or the Progestins Plus and the Bergamot. Just try a couple things and see how you feel. And as usual, I appreciate everybody that came on here to chat with me. If you have any questions, feel free to direct message me. Please share this on your page. And if you are a Young Living distributor, go on your account, try a couple of these things, see how they help you. If you are not, please get with the person that shared this video with you. If you don't have a Young Living person, then you can feel free to contact me. And thank you everyone for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.